Okay. Let me see if this works, guys. Um, that's insanity. I have no idea what the hell is going on right now. Okay, so that looks right. I think I know what I did wrong. Um, okay, I know what I did wrong. See, during the settings, I can have certain things added to it, and I won't ever check mark that again because that's what happened. I can do 360 video. Well, I don't have a camera that's 360 on it. It was just check marked. So, sorry about that. Anyway, I'm glad that you guys are able to listen to music now on here. At least you guys have music in the background, so doing the quiet parts and so forth and so on. So, let me redo this. My name is Daryl Phillips, owner of Warpole J Gaming, and what we do here is listen to talk. I'm going to be doing these at 2 o'clock Mondays through Saturdays. Sundays I won't be doing any lives at all, but I'll be doing these, and basically I'm going to be discussing all sorts of different things, whatever on my mind usually. So check this out. And I apologize. It's a work in progress. I am not used to doing this on YouTube. YouTube is way different than Facebook. Facebook, you just, do it. YouTube, there's all sorts of things, and it's the first time I'm using OBS Studio. OBS Studio is such a game changer. It's free, by the way. For anybody who has a computer and wants to do live videos, you should actually get OBS Studio, because just like you can hear music. I think you can hear music. Can everybody hear music? Yep. The song's on. I don't like having my headphones on. So, anyway, but let me give you an insight to my daily activities. What I was trying to say with that sad, what is this? All right. So it's giving me a warning saying something is wrong with my stream. Current bit rate. How do you fix this? Okay, it's lower than the recommended. Open widget. Streaming is way different than just doing a video, all right? Anyway, so it's okay. So good. The music is good, Anna. Good. Speaking of Anna, I was thinking about Anna last night. It's one of the reasons why I couldn't sleep, and not necessarily specifically about Anna, but Anna here, the one that's on the chat there. She was over yesterday, and we talked about how a plan to start trying to fix her low self-esteem. All right, now she has ADHD, but that's not really what we're trying to fix here. So Anna's got a long past. I'm not going to get into it. It's not none of anybody's business. Between me and her, we're trying to fix it. But I was just thinking about other people, actually. All right, about my plan here, about how I'm going to be doing this stuff. So, I'm going to have 5 months where I'm not required. In other words, I don't have to do videos, because there'll be 5 months worth of videos coming out. However, I will be doing videos, but I'm going to be doing other things like working on my website. That's the kind of thing. But the kind of people that I try to help, they have issues. PTSD, bipolar disorder, just straight up, they're antisocial, low self-esteem, loneliness, that sort of thing. All right. Now, one might ask, well, what is it that I'm trying to do with people? Well, I believe in counseling. First of all, I believe in counseling through being friends with people. In other words, I think that's great. You can go to a professional counselor, and they can give you some exercises, and you can talk about your life, but you're never truly going to trust a counselor, and they are not your friend. I don't care how long you've been to a counselor; they get paid to do it. Okay. And no offense, no one is going to love you like your friends are, like your family, that kind of thing. But especially, and I mean family, not in the common sense. My friends are my family. Without getting into detail about my life, my family doesn't deal with me. So my family is my friends. My friends are my family, so I talk to them. But sometimes, just like in all families, family members tend to, what's a nice way to say it, take for granted each other. They think they're going to be there forever, and so forth and so on. And so they think that it's okay to ask family members for things that that you wouldn't ask anybody else. Things that are over the top. Well, last night I was starkly reminded that I have to have boundaries and rules to this. Okay? Because I do not want to ruin friendships, and I do not want to ruin relationships with people. Because I love my friends, I love my family. But they all want me to give them advice all the time, which I am more than willing to do because I love helping people. But remember that if you're not my friend, and you're someone I'm just helping, there's some of those too, and there's really going to be more of those than not. I can't be friends with everybody in the world, right? They remember that I will be charging for my time. The reason why I say that is because friends sometimes think that it's owed. Like somehow because I'm your friend, I owe you my ear, I owe you my time, I owe you this, I owe you that, just because you're my friend. Okay? That's not true. If I would choose to do it, it's because I love you. Right? 6,800. Oh, I'll have to make sure. Oh, I get it. Oh, it's telling me that my current bit rate is too low. So I will have to change that. I don't know how to do that. I'm not going to start over. Hey, Anna, and Denise, does this stream look good to you so far? I better make sure that I have it at, what does it say? 6,800 kilohertz. So everything's okay? Okay. All right. So check this out. Anyway, so I was doing some thinking, and I was kind of rolling around to figure out how I want to make this work. Not just because I got in a little bit of an argument with somebody last night. I got in an argument with somebody last night, and I basically had to put this person in their place. A longtime friend that came very close to pushing her way right out of the loop. Because sometimes we are mean to each other's people. But I understand she's going through things, and sometimes we snap, and I do it too. But it did get me to think about how I want to do this business. There's so many ways, so many directions that I can help people. But like now, I know I'm getting to know people in this area. My focus right now is this area, the DFW area right now. I do not have a car, and I have no intention of owning one right now. It's not fair to have people drive out here, but sometimes they'll have to. Anna has to drive here to come meet me. I'm dealing with deaths in families. I'm dealing with all sorts of things. In fact, somebody, a person I'm getting to know, and I'm becoming good friends with. Her name's Kristen. She went to go see her. I think she said her grandfather's grave. Don't quote me on that. And she's sad today. And on top of it, I think she has strep throat or something like that. She feels kind of crummy anyway. But, so people are, people go through their own things. I went through death. My mom and my sister's deaths were hard on me. All right. And so I understand when people talk to me about things. Do I understand exactly what you're going through? Well, guess what? Let me tell you a secret. No one human being is the same. So even if I had a twin, with God forgive the world if I had a twin, by the way. Just saying. Nobody wants a twin of me, dude. Anyway, y'all ever see like Modern Day Conquerors? Me and my brother Daryl. No, what would his name be? Oh no, not Daryl. Terrell. Me and my brother Terrell. I take the western part and call it the Western Empire, and he takes the eastern part of the world and he calls it the Eastern Empire. No? Okay. Whatever, dude. You have your own dreams, I have mine. No, but seriously. If I had a twin, went through the same exact things as me, same exact issues I have, they're still not going to be Daryl. Because there'll be nuances, even if they're very similar. Okay? I love what I do because I'm really good at recognizing, one, when people have emotional issues. Two, I'm very compassionate when I speak to them. People trust me because I don't just listen and have an answer. I listen and have an answer, and I cry with them. I'm happy with them. I get angry with them. I can't tell you how many times that I've been talking to Lori, my good friend across the hallway here. Some of the stuff she tells me is horrific. And how many times I've had to come in and I've had to calm down. And I've had to, because when I'm in front of you guys, I have to be a professional. I do not commiserate. Commiseration doesn't help you. Seeing me cry with you and me getting depressed with you is not a helpful thing to you. I will never do it. But be not mistaken, my heart is broken when yours is. I can tell you how many times I've come in here pissed off and I've had to vent to Sophia. Sophia has been through this whole journey of mine. If any one of y'all ever have a question about me, you seriously want to answer, and you don't somehow you think that what I'm saying is skeptical, you go ask Sophia. She would be able to answer anything about me that you'll ever want to know. Because she was there from the beginning and she saw every single aspect of my change. You can ask Dwan too, from a long time ago, some of the stories from my homelessness. And the thing is, I'm not perfect, clearly. But as I also showed you yesterday and a little bit today, that I'm willing to learn on the spot. I don't let the mistake continue. I mean, a lot of people do what I used to do, and they will make a mistake, and they will just stop what they're doing. Okay? Oh, by the way, I love this song that's on right now, Spacewalk. But a lot of people will stop. They'll just stop what they're doing, and they'll just say, I'll do it tomorrow. How many times have I told you guys life is fleeting? You don't do it tomorrow, you fix the mistake now. I'm not here. One thing that part of that fight was about last night. It wasn't a fight. It was me being completely, pardon my French, but bitched out. And I had a guilt trip ran on me last night by someone who knows better. And I'm not going to be guilted into anything. This person got a little too comfortable with their mouth last night and tried to act like that I don't do anything. They got me to thinking that, you know what? The truth is, How do you guys know that I actually do anything here? Well, you guys know that I do something here, so that's something, but that's not quite enough. It is a valid concern of all of y'all whether or not Daryl's telling the truth. So how do I prove it? Well, for one thing, did you know that I record myself every day? Did you know that I record myself working every day? So I suppose if I had to, if you forced me to, I really wouldn't want to, I could go back and I could show you and make a video with all of the recordings together. That video would take about a month to watch if you didn't stop it. I record myself all day. I get up, you'll know when I get up and have a smoke, everything. I do it for that reason. Because I kind of get tired of people acting like I just sit here. That's not everybody, and I don't think it's you guys, but like the new people that are coming in, even Anna. It's hard to believe that I actually work. How long does it take to put up a video, Daryl? That's not the only thing I do. Anna knows that. Anna would tell you that. Denise would tell you that. I concern myself for other people all the time. And I'm only saying that because this is so important to me, guys. I need you to really understand how I'm a strange person when it comes to things like this. Which means that I guess in this case, it's a good thing that I'm weird, because I'm not like y'all. I don't get tired of it. You don't get tedious for me. I love hearing your stories. You know, I learn all sorts. By the way, I love this song too. Sorry. I love this song. Anyway, I love Anna. I love Denise. I love Sophia. I love Dwan. And the rest of my family. They believe in me. And this person I got in a fight with believes in me too. I think still. They just got a little selfish and I had to put them in their place. I am not yours to take away from other people. Do you understand? I'm not yours to take away from other people. Do you understand what I mean by that? I am always worried about you, whoever you may be, but you are not the center of my attention. Everyone's the center of my attention. And I have to do my time wisely. Now, how do I do that? Oh, that's why I do it the way I do it. Me and Anna actually have a pretty damn good... Me and Anna came up with a damn good plan for me and her. So starting on this next week, she'll be coming over Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 to 12 until she gets another job. She was removed from her previous one. I won't get into it. But this will work. And then also, I want to try to meet her family. So I think maybe next Saturday we'll be going over there. As I don't think that Sophia's going to have Lori's car next week, and Lori's got to go get it checked out first. So she'll come pick me up next week, and then we'll go and I will meet the rest of her family. There's so many important reasons why I need to meet the rest of her family too. So I have my plans of attack, and that's why I don't believe in classroom settings, because in the end, classroom settings can be really bad because we're not cookie cutter people. We're not cookie cutter people. It works in a general sense, like if you're teaching your ABCs or something. But then again, some people don't learn that way. Like some people are going to look like they're slower learners when in fact what it is it's they need a visual thing. Like Dwan, if you were to talk to him and try to explain to him something complex, you would probably think he was slow. Actually, no. Let me explain it to him, and he understands exactly what you just said. Why? Because I speak with visuals. I could never get that before. I've known Dwan for 25 years, and it's crazy because I didn't understand why he was so, why he could learn only from me though. He could learn from me, and I don't think I think that me and him both realized a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago, how his way of learning is. And I don't even think he realized it then. And it's a night-and-day difference. He specifically has to have a visual way to learn. So it means you have to be, when I speak, I paint pictures for your head. So I don't just go, in 1776, we fought the war against Britain, blah, 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 blah. Oh. No. I am like, you remember how, don't you remember as a kid, maybe you don't, how they used to teach little kids how to remember our Revolutionary War in 1700, excuse me, for Christopher Columbus, my bad. When did Christopher Columbus discover America? Well, you can easily teach a child that by going, in 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Something simple, something visual, something for a little kid. Now, you don't have to be that simple for Dwan, but the point is, when I explain my Bible stories and try to explain him detailed scriptural stuff and scientific stuff, he has zero problem understanding what I say and understanding it. So he learns with me. And I never understood why he loved the way I talked, because to be honest with you, he's the better speaker as far as his voice is concerned. He was given with the gift. I'm just a better speaker than he is. I tell stories. I tell history stories. I can teach anything, and I make it so you can understand it. I just believe in teaching like that. And so when I explain to you something that I know is going to be difficult for you to swallow, I have to choose my words carefully. Like I'm dealing with a couple people that are dealing with deaths right now, including this person that I got in a fight with last night. But the difference is, none of the rest of my friends are asking me to solely pay attention to them and forget about my work. Sometimes I know it's difficult, and it's changing already. But I know I get it. I'm in my house. How can you take this seriously as a business when I'm sitting there in my computer here and right here, and but you got to start somewhere. I can't help where I'm at right now. But I assure you, we're legitimate as hell. I will be getting an LLC within the next year and a half or so. Now there's a process there. You gotta go to the state of Texas, and you have to make sure that you give them your business plan, those kind of things. But this is real. Like, I'm not just some guy that is trying to get people just to join his YouTube channel. This is just the beginning, because YouTube is the greatest way to start it, so that I can make money, so that maybe I can go get a building, those sorts of things. Because I'm going to have a separate building for certain things that are going to happen, like counselors and things like that. It's not going to be my house. Not always. But I had to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere, and unfortunately, because of my past, this is just the way it is right now. It's called consequence of actions. So I want y'all to think about that. Just like that, when you see me, when you see this stuff, I don't know what it is you think in your head sometimes, whether it be good or bad. But just know that I'm not here to play games with people. I don't want to play games with people. It's your life. Why would I play a game with your life? That's dumb. I want to help you. And I want to be friends with the people I meet. I meet all sorts of cool people. people that are fascinated by what I do. Some people need help. Some people don't need help. Some people are just fascinated and ask me, "Oh, how can I help?" Well, not yet. No, I don't need that kind of help yet, but I will. I'll need all sorts of people. If you want to help me, like, maybe if you have a skill or something, maybe I can be able to hire you or something. I promise you, I'm going to pay well. I don't shaft people, but I don't know. I just felt like saying that last night because of that fight that I had with her, my friend. That I want everybody else to understand it. You're my friend, and I love you. There's certain lines you're not going to cross. And let me tell you what those lines are real quick. You're not going to come at me and disrespect what I love. This is my child. My name is Daryl Phillips. I'm the owner of New Orleans Gaming. You're not talking to a worker, a co-worker, a manager. You're talking to the owner. This is my child. Imagine if I went up to you and insulted your child. How would I take it? How would you take it? Pretty bad. If you have an idea to throw at me for this, you can discuss it with me. Or maybe ask me why I do things this way. If it's too complicated, I can't exactly explain to you, but I will try to do my best. Don't insult me. Don't insult the people that I help. You're not going to call us crazy. You're not going to tell us that we're crazy and that we don't know what we're talking about, and that we're not going to that we're not going to change, or that we need to get on meds. You're not going to tell us any of those things. I know what I'm doing. I have been off my meds since 2005. The reason being is because I worked on it. That's what I'm trying to teach you guys. You can live without off meds. You do not have to be on them. But if you choose to be, you're still going to need counseling. You're still going to need life help. You're still going to need help with your past and things like that. But I assure you don't need on meds. There's a big debate that goes on with counselors or psychologists and psychiatrists right now. A lot of people don't even realize that goes on. They're not in agreement on how to do this. Just so you know that. So I'm just saying, not saying. And so I'm not saying not to get on meds because it's bad. Saying that if you feel like you don't want to get on meds, no one should force you. And if you want to learn how to live without them, here I am. I can teach you how to do that. But I don't just deal with serious issues. I deal with people that are normal too. I mean, if you like my friend that I got in a fight with last night, was because she's going through a tough time in her marriage. And she vented last night. She vented to me and told me what I was. It happens. I'm not even mad at her. I have done that to people so many times. Treat them like trash when I feel like crap. So I have no right to be mad at her. But she is in Colorado. I'm in Texas. I have to worry about what I can do here. Can I help people right now? I have no car. How am I supposed to get to her? I need one-on-ones. Has to be kind of, you got to come to an appointment. Like Anna had an appointment with me yesterday. We talked for an hour, tried to plan out some things that we're going to be talking about. We're going to start out with her past, like I think everybody should. That's the first step, clean your house. And we plan out a pretty good plan. But you're not going to come at my people. You don't have to like everybody. You do have to respect the people that are trying to get help, though. You're not going to talk about that to me. Go talk about that with your friends, with your other friends that you jibber jabber with. I'm not one of those guys. I don't do gossip. I'm not going to talk about you behind your back. I don't want you to talk about people behind their back. So that's just who I am. And I try to be as discreet as I can. I may, like, what I will do is I may talk about a person because I think it's useful to other people, like their story or their life. I will never say a name on live, on YouTube, or even the people without permission, other people without permission for the person that it's storied of. Okay? But what I may do sometimes is when I'm talking about something, I may say, I know a person, and then blah, 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 blah. And only the person that it's the story of would know that I'm talking about them. I would never do that to somebody. Now, people that work with me, if you are working for me, you don't get that luxury. So like I've called out Denise before. I've called out Sophia before. I've called out Duan before. Right here on live. Not on YouTube live, but on Facebook and stuff. Because it was after the 500th time I've said something. They weren't listening to me. And I needed other people to comment so they could see that other people start saying the same thing. Sometimes people have a hard time listening to the person that's trying to help them. And they need to hear verification from other people. I remember when, a long time ago, it was so funny. And even to this day, Sophia gets so frustrated by it because sometimes Sophia will immediately reject something I say. And it's funny. And I'm like, okay, you don't have to listen. Anyway, she'll go to work and one of her friends or somebody, her coworkers will say the exact same thing that I just said. And she'll come to me with her head down going, you're right. I'm like, why? Why am I right all of a sudden? Well, this person said this and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I kind of feel proud of myself when that happens, just to be honest with you. But anyway, it's a funny thing to me because it happens a lot. It happens where someone wants a verification of something that they think that I'm insane on. And they end up getting it verified, and they're just like, they come back to me, and it's like, I'm sorry, I should have listened to you. Duan's doing it. Everybody does it. Because the way a lot of people look at it is, how could one guy be right on so many things? I don't know. Don't ask me that question. I really hate it when people ask me that question. Okay? It's not because I'm Mr. Know-it-all. It's because I study stuff. Because I believe, this is just what I believe. If I'm going to help anybody, I need to know everything. Or make an attempt to know as much as I can. But that means that that's long hours of work of just trying to just study people alone. And I have seen lots of trends of different things. Does that mean I'm right every time? Of course it doesn't mean I'm right every time. But there's a lot of times I am. And older and older I get, the more it happens, because I see the same trends over and over and over again. From many generations, many types of people, many cultures. It's always the same thing. Just in a certain, maybe a cultural way that's a little bit different. It's always the same thing. A lot of people with low self-esteem, for example, will hide behind God. You say, well, Daryl, isn't that what they're supposed to do? Hide behind God. So you as a Christian think that the Bible teaches that you should hide behind God. That's what you're supposed to do? I would like for you to prove that to me in the Bible. Nowhere in the Bible does it tell you to hide behind God at any point. It tells you to fight for your God. It tells you to know that your God is just supporting you so that you're brave enough to fight for yourself. And it says for you to fight for your brothers and sisters for God. It says the whole idea of putting on the armor of God. Why would you put on the armor of God if you're never going to fight? Why bother putting on the armor then? You're in a war. What a ridiculous thing to think about. Imagine a bunch of soldiers putting on their military outfits, and they do not ever have to fight. someone else gets to fight for them. That's not it. Then you completely misunderstood the idea of putting on the armor of God. Sword, which is the Bible, the truth, is an attacking weapon. It's not a defensive weapon. A shield is not to hide behind, which is your faith. A shield is to protect you against the last hit, which means you're still fighting with the sword. Doesn't mean you're standing there cowering behind a shield. A lot of people hide behind their faith. I'm fine, I have the Lord. Yes, and you're supposed to fight for him. You're not supposed to keep the truth to yourself. And that's kind of the thing with me, is what kind of selfish human being would I be if all of the pain and suffering I went through, all of the things that happened to me, that I kept to myself and never helped a soul. That would be hiding behind. I mean, even if I did change my life, who cares if I change my life? In the end, who actually cares? God didn't do anything with it. So that's just something to think about. I'm gonna let you guys go. Behave yourself, okay? I hope that you learned something today. Like I said, I hope you should learn something every time with these lives. Now, I won't be on tomorrow. Everything is in your power to start changing, to start stepping forward. Remember that. I'm not here to save you. I'm here to help you save yourself. People tend to forget that. They come to me and they go, "Save me, Daryl." No, I'm not going to save you. Even Jesus, who came and died on the cross, did not come here to save you. He gave you a way to have the ability to save yourself by coming to him. But you have to do the action to come to him. There's there's no physical way, there's no logical way to explain cowardice. Cowardice is a sin in the Bible. It's a sin in the atheist world. It's just a way to just hide behind things and not fight for things that are true. And not fight for yourself, by the way. Cowardice can be also cowardice with yourself. I am definitely no coward. And I'm trying to help you guys. I know some of my friends, especially Sophia and Dwan, are not cowards, and some of my other friends. So my friends are still learning how to use their life work, life stuff, to be brave, to avoid fear, to overcome fear through action. And they're not there yet, and then some people haven't even begun. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help you and guide you through some of the worst parts, to let you know that you're not alone. Fifth ingredient. All right. So be safe when you're going out tonight. Don't drink and drive, please. Be safe when you're. Oh, by the way, Uber and Lyft are called by the bars now, so there's no excuse to drink and drive. Don't put yourself in danger. Don't do something stupid. Don't end up in jail. Be safe when you're driving tonight. Okay. Remember, there's a lot of weirdos out there that do not. There's a bunch of weirdos out there that do not have any control over themselves, and they do bad things. But also, when you're looking around your situation, or wherever you are at, sometimes there's positive things that happen. Sometimes you meet people that are cool that you never thought that you could meet. So it's not just bad things. Just be aware of your surroundings. Be understanding of one another, not just from your perspective, but from theirs. Stop judging people from your own perspective. Try to understand where they're coming from, and if you're trying to teach them the truth, whether you're a Christian or whether it's another truth, maybe it's another thing you're trying to teach them, you gotta get them to walk you got to walk towards them to get them to walk towards you. You can always be. You cannot be. Do not be a dictator. Please do not be a dictator. Right? It's not correct. Be understanding of that you have limits. That you're not God. That you can't be everywhere all at once. All right? That you're not a bad person if you can't help give $1 today. You're not a bad person if you can't help sit with your friend for an hour, for a second. Well, that's why you're trying to. You have to teach them how to do things by themselves. They're just gonna have to deal with it sometimes because you do have your own life. But you're not a bad person if sometimes you have to do things for yourself, right? In fact, you need time to contemplate on things. Like take Anna. If I was around Anna 24/7, how would I help her? How would I be able to digest what she's talking about and then talk to her? Can't do it that way. So think on that. Remember, life is fleeting. You are not promised your next breath. I have several friends like that right now that are dealing with funerals and deaths. They'll tell you to be the first person. They can't get that time back. I can't get my mother and my sister back. And I almost died 10 years ago. And then I had a stroke in November. So I assure you, life is fleeting. Take now to go outside your box, discover some things about yourself, and get better. You never know what you might find about yourself. And I believe in you. I may never have met you in my life, but I believe in you. Watch any of my videos. If you've never met me before and you don't know if you're too nervous, just keep watching my videos. That's what they're there for. They're there so you don't necessarily have to meet me to be helped by me. So think on that. And until Monday, may the Lord light guide you in all things.